So, hey guys, today we're looking at another Snake Eye players list that I just yoinked for really no reason, but yeah, today I've got some ideas that might be funny to try against Snake Eye. So, there are a lot of things that I've noticed, like quirks about these Snake Eye decks. First thing I want to mention is that the majority of these cards actually require conditions to be met. So, Uh, cards in the extra deck, we have Link Rebo. You need a level 1 monster. For Nightmare Phoenix, you need monsters with different names. And then we have Sunlight Wolf, two fire effect monsters. So, for the most part, everything here requires either an effect monster or something of that sort, right? Or different names, I guess, right? With the only exception being IP Masquerena requiring two non-link monsters. So, with this being the case, isn't there something kinda schnasty we can do? Well, yes. There's also the fact that the majority of the main deck monsters, aside from Diabellstar, are also low level. So, if we're thinking about one of the nastiest things we can do, so if we are setting up our end board and we are able to just make a level 5 synchro monster at any point in time, we should be able to hit our opponent with the garden. So I happen to have a royal one. Black Garden has this lovely effect. If a monster is normal or special summon face up, except by the effect of Black Garden. Halve its attack, then the controller of that monster special summons one rose token. Plant Dark level 2, 800 attack, 800 defense to their opponent's field in attack position. This attack loss remains even if this card leaves the field. You target one monster in your graveyard with attack equal to the total attack of all plant monsters on the field. Destroy this card and as many plant monsters on the field as possible. Then if you destroyed all of them, special summon that targeted monster. So if we simply give our opponent a Black Garden, the only thing they would be able to summon is IP. Well, yeah. Excuse me for that one. But yeah. It is just IP Masquerena that they can make. And then after they make IP Masquerena, they can technically climb into like Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn. But there is also the idea, of course, of preventing our opponent from being able to summon IP Masquerena. Well, we can do this in a variety of ways. Wait, what's going on with that? Did my thing just blink like twice? I could be losing my marbles. I'll pretend. Wait, it, no clue. Am I blinking? Is the thing blinking? Maybe I'm blinking. Okay. So, no wait, it is. Oh, what was that? Huh. Okay. Is it constantly refreshing every now and then? Huh. When I look at it, it's not doing it. When I look away, that's when it does it. Wait. So when I press this, what? No. It's just doing that occasionally for some reason. Well, whatever. I guess something changed here. That's kind of just super annoying to look at though. But yeah, so the idea here is that we activate Black Garden, and Black Garden can be searched by Garden Rose Maiden, and we can then just use this to special summon a bunch of tokens to our opponent's field, just continually clog up all of our opponent's zones. And there are multiple ways to do the next step, I guess, but one way is we can use, for example, True King Lithosagum, if it's within our options, I guess. If we use Lithosagum, we would be able to banish any cards our opponent could actually make under these conditions, right? Having more or less 5 tokens. And if we do that, our opponent can't play the game. So, notably, they cannot activate Kurikara or special summon Kurikara because they do not have the zones for Kurikara. There's nowhere for you to special summon Kurikara, so cannot be summoned. And that leaves like normal summon Flamberge and normal summon Diabellstar. So that's pretty bad. But here is another idea. So another option, of course, is to just prevent our opponent from link summoning altogether. So to do that, there is the option of, I believe, what was it called? Uh, the really crappy you are. I believe it was called Spellbound. If we activate Spellbound, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls cannot be attributed or used as material for fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link summon. So if we use an effect like this, that would prevent our opponent from linking off any of the tokens or attribute summoning, completely locking them out of the game, and they should have no response to this. And funnily enough, I do have a playset of Spellbound. Well, that finally gives a little bit of justification to play this card, I suppose. And actually, now that I think about it, I haven't really thought about this card before, but this card does have the benefit of stopping, like, IP. If our opponent is playing Snake Eye, they usually go the IP combo, so we should be able to just chain Spellbound to IP's activation. This affects just your opponent, right? Yes. So that will prevent, uh, you know, the Apollosa from being summoned. I guess there's that. So it's fine. Does this do anything else? I guess a little bit, right? Let's say our opponent special summons Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess summons back a guy, activates Spellbound. They're kinda cooked, maybe. Not 100% sure, right? But I think that idea is not entirely bad. And there's also the idea of, let's see, just stopping further link summoning is probably not that bad of an idea either. So if, like, by essentially some miracle, you can do this with DD, I mean, that wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world, but if we were able to do this kind of combo with DD, right? We do have this. We have Dark Contract with the Eternal Darkness. So you can't tribute summon nor use them as materials for a fusion synchro or XYZ summon. That's the primary one we would want, right? Alongside Dark Contract with the Pen License. This prevents any further link summoning. So we have that. And then it would be probably fine from that point if we were able to essentially Oyama lock our opponent here. Yeah, that idea is not bad. So I'm thinking of like either extra deck ripping, or we're going to want to just essentially stop our opponent from linking off the tokens or link summoning in general. So locking our opponent out of the extra deck gets us most of the way there. So then the only thing we have to worry about is normal summon Diabellstar, set Sinful Spells of Subversion, or normal summon Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon effect to scale one of your cards. Those are the only things we would have to worry about then. So if we have like a Monster Negate and a Spell Trap Negate, that would work. And having like just removal would be helpful as well. So this combo 100% doable in a lot of different ways. Notably though, I think we do want to use the same token. If we used Lost World, we would only be able to give our opponent one token, which is not nearly enough for this, but essentially the idea here, we just completely flood our opponent with tokens and they should not be able to play. Funnily enough, they can't make anything with IP for the most part, using like tokens we give them if we were to give them like a bunch. So, I'll have to try devising a combo that can grab Black Garden, I guess. If we do find a way to summon like some kind of extra deck rip, that would probably be like the end, I guess, of our opponent here. I guess one other thing we might want to check real quick. I mean, Black Garden, this summons in attack always. All right, that's interesting. And then other thing is there are more monsters than just like True King Lithosagum that can extra deck rip. We do also have like the option of we're already going the Synchro route. There might be the idea of going Unity Knight Trident. So send up to 3 cards you control to the graveyard. So this is just any card. So if we had some back row, for example, we'd be able to send. So this requires Dragon Tuner and non-tuner Winged Beast. Depending on how it goes, we might be making this. But this doesn't actually have to be synchro summoned, actually. So instead, if we were to Zulkin this, this seems pretty efficient. Summon a summon one power tool synchro dragon monster or one level 7 or 8 dragon synchro monster from your extra deck level 7. So that means whatever we set, we could send that. And then Trident as well. This sends for a notably cost, right? Yes, so we can't use pen scales for this, but it can send itself, can it not? Yes. So pretty easy to do a Trident then. All we have to do is summon a Tzolk'in. So we don't have to worry about needing a non-tuner Winged Beast monster and Dragon Tuner, which honestly seems like a bit of a pain in the ass. So we have that going, I guess. And then after this, let's see. It's not properly summoned, right? This is a wind? Okay. So next idea after like this shenanigans. Pretty simple idea. This is just the concept. We don't really need to show that many cards for it, but so if we have full armored master, like this deck happens to have 2 outs to it, but if your opponent does not run like both access code talker and underworld goddess, right? Wait, why is it not? Oh, it's not full armored, it's full armor. Okay. So if we have like a Blackwing full armor master, our opponent has 2 options to out it. So here we can have access code in order to like get over Blackwing full armor master, and then we have Underworld Goddess to link it off. So pretty simple. If our opponent does not read, which they probably won't, how about this idea? We summon 2 Blackwing full armor master, and that means if you just link off with Underworld Goddess, we still have the second one, and if you attempt to make access code, you have to do so with IP Masquerena as material, and that means you probably aren't making Underworld Goddess because you likely don't have the materials, which means we also have likely our copies of whatchamacallit, Black Winged Assault Dragon, and we probably have at least one Black Feather Whirlwind. So either way, our cards are kind of protected from access code. And we also have the idea of Sharnga on access code and Chinook negate access code. And then access code can never beat over our copy of Blackwing Full Armor Master. So there are those 2 different like ideas. So if we of course Chinook this, it's at 2.3k attack, just yeah, easy win, I guess. And if you Underworld Goddess me, now how will you out the second one? Pretty simple, classic idea, you know? And genuinely, how will you out it? You can't you can't div incarnate it either, because full armor master can never activate on your turn. So yeah. And with Shunga in the graveyard, I'm not sure if that's enough to actually stop Underworld Goddess, but yeah. The only kind of issue is that these guys get negated by Underworld Goddess, which is annoying. But I guess if we have Chinook in hand, we can also just negate Underworld Goddess, and then uh, set off a Black-Winged Assault Dragon as kind of like a bomb to like stop Access Code Talker, you know? That makes sense? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And if you have any other fun deck ideas to just kind of mess around with against like Snake Eye, feel free to share them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.